What's going on, guys? DLegend here. Today we have a PSA return with 75 cards in total. Excited to show you guys what we got. And yeah, this was submitted at the end of September and just got back to us in the middle of November. So pretty good turnaround time. I think we waited about 6 weeks in total since I shipped it off. So really not that bad for the bulk TCG tier. Yeah, let's get into the cards. I'm just gonna quickly take them out of the box. All right, so as you can see, we have a bunch of cards to go through, so let's just go ahead and do that. We'll go one at a time without really spending too much time on each card because I don't want to make this video too long. But first off, a Junk Berserker. So I got a PSA 6. I'm not quite sure why. It looked pretty good when I submitted it, but maybe the Alti stamp or something like that. I guess probably just the Alti stamp. Realistically, they probably didn't like that too much. Probably thought it was an indent of some sort, but they graded some of the other Altis pretty good, so I'm not quite sure why. I mean, there's some scratching on the back, as you can see there as well, but yeah, I don't know why this justifies a 6. Yeah, unfortunate there. That one's for Yugi Song. Ancient Fairy Dragon, this one's a pretty big card. I think it's one of only 20 copies in PSA 9 for first edition Ancient Fairy Dragon, and there's actually no there's no PSA 10s for this specific card. So very cool. Really nice card. It is off-centered, so I thought it would get a 9, and it did get a 9. So pretty sweet card though, realistically, in a 9. Miraidon. This one's for Ben, and he got a PSA 10 on this Pokemon Center stamped promo, so that's pretty sweet. Modern Pokemon generally does pretty well, even in Scarlet Violet. Exodia Forbidden One. This is huge. This is a massive card. This comes from the Ultimate Beginners pack, and that thing is basically impossible to find sealed these days. A sealed promo set of this Exodia set with all 4 limbs and the head sold for $1,600 US a few weeks ago, and Vintage Yu-Gi-Oh actually opened that on his channel to take a look at the condition of some of those cards, and they were not in the greatest shape. So a lot of probably like PSA or CGC 8-ish candidates for his particular set that he opened up for somebody. This got a PSA 10, which is huge. This is one of the rarest copies of Exodia in existence, so congrats to Yugi Song on that one. Massive. Oh, this one is for my brother. This is Son Goku, the God Rare. God Rare, Ghost Rare type thing. It looks really good in a case, actually, in a PSA slab. Got a PSA 10, expected a 10, got a 10. He pulled it himself from, I think, 1 box of FBO1, so that's pretty sweet. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball, but awesome card. Injection Fairy Lily. This one, I think, got a 6, yeah. So I'm not quite sure why on this one either. But there might be some sort of ding or dent or soft corner or something that we didn't notice. I don't remember taking a super close look at this particular card before submitting it, but if you guys remember from my old video, let me know. Yeah, let me know as well to Obelisk the Obtainer. Or Buster the Obtainer, sorry. So another 6, yeah. All right, Blaze Toon Dragon. This one's also for Buster the Obtainer, and it got a 9. Pretty solid card. I think it was just off-centered right to left, yeah. That was the only real issue with this card. It was pretty much pack fresh from what I remember, so awesome card there too. Another PSA 9 Relinquished from Magic Ruler First Edition. Very nostalgic card for some people. Some people prefer the Structure Deck Pegasus copy because it's more nostalgic to them, but this is technically the highest rarity copy of this card, and really cool to see it. I don't know why it got a 9, probably just centering top to bottom. Rise the Storm Monarch. This is one of the cards that got upcharged, and it got upcharged to, I mean, some of the other ones did as well. I don't really remember. I think the Blue Eyes Toon and then the Son Goku for sure. I don't think the Exodia actually got upcharged, which is crazy, but Ryza the Storm Monarch, beautiful card. One of the Monarchs. Can't go wrong with this in a PSA 10. It's probably very low pop as well. I'm not sure exactly the population on that one, but very cool ultimate rare. The Dark Magicians. This one's not mine. This one is a Starlight Rare. This one's for Brandon, and he got a Gem Mint 10 on his copy, so congrats on that. I really like this card. I own a copy myself in PSA 10, and we were uncertain how this would affect the grid just because it looks like it's missing some ink there, but I think otherwise the card was minty, so well deserving of a PSA 10. Next up, a Dark Magician. So this one is also for Brandon. This one got a Gem Mint 10 Asian English. I think this is the third copy of Asian English LOB that I've graded for Dark Magicians in particular. So really sweet card. It's extremely glossy looking. Like there's no better way to describe it, but very cool card, regardless of it being Asian English. Well deserving of a PSA 10. And I think they've sold for like 1,300-ish US each, so I don't know. Jax Knight for Yugi Song, Gem Mint 10. Awesome card as well. It's part of a set that is coming up, I hope. Not quite. Summon Skull. This one is MRD first edition. It's slightly faded, I would say. Nothing too crazy, but slightly faded more than usual. It is just off-centered, honestly, bottom to top, and it got a 9. We resubbed this actually. He cracked it himself and resubbed it. Got a 9 this time around as well, just like last time. So it is what it is, but it still got upcharged, I believe, to the $18.99 tier, I think. Next up was a Dark Magician, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is the Japanese version of LOB, basically, and one of the first copies of Dark Magician in this layout. So pretty cool card, PSA 10. I'm not sure what it's worth, but awesome to see. Rotom V, this is my card actually. Got a Gem Mint 10 as I expected it to. Pulled it myself, and it's a modern Pokemon card from Sword and Shield era, so it really should just get 10, honestly. Greninja EX. I don't know whose copy this is. We have a literal million copies of this in the submission. I think we have 11 in total, and one of them is mine. I don't know if it's this one. I think it is because it's connected to my, yeah, it's 4.6 and then 4.7. So this one has to be my copy. Yeah, I got a Gem Mint 10 on it, and I'm happy with that because it's deserving of it. I really like this card actually. I kind of want to just keep it in my personal collection, but I know it's gonna tank in value in the next little while, so I'm not sure if I just want to sell it while it's still worth like $130, $140. At peak, I think it was a $200 card, but yeah. Jewelry Bonnie. This one is for my brother as well. I'm surprised this one got a 10. Honestly, there is a bit of like a white dot right there on the edge, so that was like the only real issue, I think. But cool card. He pulled this himself from a box that I gifted him for his birthday, and he decided to grade it, and he got himself a 10. So congrats on that, my guy. Next up, a Japanese Charizard EX from Pokemon 151. This is my personal card that I pulled myself just randomly while opening up packs one night, and happy that I got a Gem Mint 10. Not worth nearly as much as the English copy for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, realistically, there's just probably a bit of more of a market here in the rest of the world compared to Japan, but it's a really cool card. I really like the texturing on this copy compared to the English counterpart. So I don't know. I might just hold on to this one for the long haul. It'll probably be worth nothing by the time I try to sell it, but it's around 200, 225 right now, I think. Mew EX, this one is for Ben, and he got himself a Gem Mint 10 Mew EX. Awesome. Next up, we have a Miraculous Fighter SS3 Gogeta. Got a Gem Mint 10 as well for Brandon. Pretty cool texturing on this card as well, and colors. Rayquaza VMAX. This is my card. I thought it was good enough for PSA 10 because centering isn't actually that off. You can kind of see that it is slightly off left to right, but otherwise it's a very, very clean card, and unfortunately it got a PSA 9. So I'm disappointed with that. I don't think I'm going to crack it and resub it though. I just don't think it's worth it per se, but I think I will keep this in my personal collection because I am a big fan of Rayquaza cards, and yeah, really cool to see. I mean, not that cool because it would have been better as a 10, but you know, we'll take the 9 for the time being. This one I'm really flabbergasted by. This one I pulled myself, Lugia V-Star, from a Costco Heavy Hitters collection box, premium collection box. It is literally flawless. Please tell me what's wrong. Did PSA damage it? No, that's just like one of their... I don't know, actually. Is that... No, that's not an edge. There's just something on the case. Yeah, I generally don't see anything on this, so I'm not quite sure why it didn't get a 10. Like, please tell me if you guys see something wrong with it. Is that on the card or on the case? That's just on the case, so I'm not sure what is wrong with this card. Like, this is the cleanest PSA 8 you could ever have. I'm 99% sure. I don't think it's worth cracking and resubbing either, but it's a cool card that I pulled myself. I'll probably just hang on to it because it's probably not worth selling. Next up, a Flame Wingman from the Rush Duel Structure deck. This is the first time that Flame Wingman has made an appearance in Rush Duels, other than the Overrush rare version of it, which is extremely hard to pull. Figured I'd grade a copy. I know it's like a $2 card raw, but I mean, it's a cool card for me nostalgically, and it's just cool to see it have a Rush Duel variant. So yeah, I just graded it for my Flame Wingman collection, and I'm happy with the Gem Mint 10 on that. Expected nothing less. All right, more cards to come. Here we go. A Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer. This one is for Disco Games, so congrats on that. Beautiful card. I really like this particular artwork, and then obviously the hollow foil pattern on it, because it's a common in, I want to say Rise of the Floodborn. No, not Rise of the Floodborn, the third or fourth set. Fourth set, I want to say. But yeah, really cool. D23 promo. This one is, this is a Monkey D. Luffy for Yugi-san or one of his friends, I believe. It's one of the secret rares from the set. I don't think it's an alt art though. Pretty cool to see a PSA 10, but it's again modern Bandai One Piece, so should get a 10 realistically. Left Leg of the Forbidden One part of the set for Yugi-san. This one got a 9. I mean, I'm assuming there's like a little something wrong with it, but realistically it would be really, really cool to see the set in PSA 10 in consecutive certs. That would be amazing and probably one of a kind. They're really low pop in total. I think this is probably pop 19 or something like that. The head is pop 10 in PSA 10, I think, maybe less than that. So for Yu-Gi-Oh standards, that's a really low pop. And yeah, cool to see. Hopefully the next set, nope. This is a Blue Eyes White Dragon from LOB. Awesome to see this, even though it's unlimited, get a PSA 10. Huge card for Yugi-san. I'm not sure if this is his or his friends, but really cool card, and congrats on that, man. Beautiful, beautiful card. Next up, a Right Leg of the Forbidden One. This one got a 9 as well. I'm assuming this one's just centering left to right. It is off. DD Crow, this one got upcharged as well. PSA 10 from Strike of Neos, first ed. Very cool card and really good texturing on it. It almost looks like a Euro copy, but I don't think so because the star isn't like popping out at me that much. But yeah, really cool to see a PSA 10 DD Crow in 2024. Lastly, from this little tiny mini stack is a Red Nova Dragon PSA 8. So not quite sure what was wrong with this one, but probably something to do with the Alti stamp as well. Or maybe something like right there. I don't know if that's on the back sleeve or if it's just on the card itself, but yeah, Red Nova Dragon PSA 8. Let's keep going with this pile. All right, we have a Bujinki Amaterasu. This one's for Yugi-san, PSA 10 as well. Cool card. It's the Ghost Rare from Primal Origin, but obviously this is the Ultimate Rare version. Draco Equeast. This one's mine. I bought it raw for a very, very good price and then created it, and happy with a PSA 10 on this one. I expected a 10, and if not a 10, then a 9, so definitely a very cool card, very clean, and this is the second copy that I actually graded from a purchased raw copy, not even a copy that I've pulled, so this one is up for grabs or for sale or for trade, so hit me up if you guys are interested. Leviair, the Sea Dragon. This one got an 8 as well. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm assuming it's just off-centered top to bottom, but there might be something else wrong with it, maybe on one of the corners or edges or something. Not going to go into too much detail. But yeah, this used to be a really expensive raw card too. I'm not sure what the value is now. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, PSA 10. Huge card. Really, really sweet card from Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. It's the cover card for that set, and I actually have a PSA 10 of this myself, but in Euro print actually, so yeah, congrats on this one, Yugi-san. I think that one got upcharged as well. Ooh, Great Moth. This one is for Obelisk Blue, and he got himself a Gem Mint 10 Great Moth from first edition Metal Raiders. Congrats on that. Left Arm of the Forbidden One. This one's a PSA 10 as well, so awesome to see at least 2 of the pieces get a 10. It looks, I don't know, man, like I feel like some of these were a little, like they probably could have been 9s or 10s either way. It's really hard to grade like perfectly accurately, of course, but King's Knight, this one, like there's going to be some margin for error, I'd say, is what I'm trying to say. PSA 10 King's Knight. I love the texturing on these collector's rares. I think they look amazing. This is part of the set for Yugi-san, and this one is not his. This one is my card, actually, and it's going into my set for the complete Jokers, Kings, Queens Jax, and then Arcana Triumph Joker, but I don't have that one yet, so awesome to see though. I was expecting, I think, a 10 on this one as well. There were a few very light scratches on the back, but I think they were factory scratches and nothing too crazy, so just happy to add that to my personal collection. Last card from this stack is a Queen's Knight. This one is another Gem Mint 10, so congrats on that one, Yugi-san, for completing the set in consecutive certs. And all Gem Mint 10s, of course. Triggered Summon PSA, and I do actually have a set of those in PSA 10 as well, so pretty sweet. Also in consecutive certs, so. Triggered Summon PSA 9. This one is a really cool artwork with Celtic Guardian and Battle Ox, and it got a 9, probably centering, I would guess, if anything. No, actually centering is pretty good, I don't know. Not gonna try to look too hard. Andro Sphinx, also for Obelisk Blue, just like the Triggered Summon PSA 10. Congrats on that, man. Gonna ship these off to you in Australia pretty soon. Soul of Fire, this one's also for Obelisk Blue, and really nice texturing on that, actually. So, Gem Mint 10, congrats. Emergency Teleports, PSA 9, first Ed Duelist Genesis. Pretty sweet texturing, pretty sweet artwork, pretty playable card back in the day, and even now, I think. So, yeah, congrats on that 9 Yugi-san. Unfortunate that it's a 9, but it's cool to have regardless, and I'm sure somebody will want it for their set collection at some point in time. All right, let's keep going. Iron Moth, PSA 6, what? Modern Pokemon getting a PSA 6. There's probably something wrong with it that I just don't see, but also PSA might just be having a bad day or something, because what is wrong with this card? Somebody let me know. If you guys see something wrong with this, please let me know, because I don't want to just blame PSA without really taking a proper look at this, but it's just weird to see Modern Pokemon getting a 6. Snorunt, PSA 10. See, Modern Pokemon. Very cool. Also for Ben. Ben submitted the most Pokemon this sub. Koraidon, Pokemon Center stamp promo, PSA 9, unfortunately. But these promos in general are slightly harder to grade than the majority of other promo cards, so. Cyclizar, PSA 10, illustration rare from Paradox Rift, I want to say. No, PAR, I don't know what that is. Paradox Rift, yeah, I think. Yeah, interesting card. Steelix, PSA 10 as well. Awesome for Ben. Congrats on this one. Magby, PSA 10. I don't even remember subbing this card, but I guess we did. Got a 10, and congrats to Ben for that one as well. Our stack of 10s is actually pretty big, so no complaints here. Let's keep it going because my phone is running out of storage. Lucario V-Star, PSA 9 for Ben. We also have a Kingdra EX PSA 9 for Ben as well. I don't think I graded any of these. I don't think Disco graded any of these. We have a whole bunch of Greninjas coming up right away though, and this is one of them. This one is also for Ben because it's connected to that. It's just one after the other, if that makes sense. So that's how, by the way, guys, yeah, if you guys are interested in subbing with me, but you're scared that somebody else might have similar cards, don't worry about it, because I will make sure that they're submitted in order, and you won't get them mixed up with somebody else's cards in the submission. This one's for Disco. Congrats on the PSA 10 on this Pikachu. Another baffling card is another Pikachu that we graded, and I'll show you guys in a bit here probably. Snorlax PSA 8 for Ben. Pokemon Center promo though, so pretty expensive card these days, I would say, from the 151 ATB. A Chansey PSA 10. This one is for Disco as well. Illustration rare from Twilight Masquerade. This is a Pikachu Platinum from Pokemon Platinum Rising Rivals. Got a PSA 9 again. This is a resub, so we're gonna try one more time, I think, and see how it goes. This whitening has kind of been there since we subbed it the first time, and that's probably what's holding it back. But we're gonna try again. We're gonna try again to resub this, and Disco wants me to crack this time and then sub it for him. So we'll see what we can do, and hopefully get himself a PSA 10. I think it's like a $2,000 card in PSA 10, but unfortunate 9. Eevee at PSA 9. This is a really cool card. I like this one from Twilight Masquerade as well. It's a really sweet illustration rare. And the first Greninja for Disco. So this is a PSA 10. And he's got a whole bunch more, so I'm not gonna go through all of those. Oh yeah, this is the weird one. I'll go through that in a second here. Oh, more Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so these are also for Disco. So PSA 10 Greninja and Eevee. Let's leave those right there for him. Just try to get through the Greninjas because there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, I think these are all Greninjas. So 10, 10, 10, 9, 9. So 3 more 10s and 2 9s, but I think he has a couple more 10s. Oh, 2 more 10s. Yeah, these are also his. And then, yeah, let's take a look at this 5 real quick. I don't understand why this got a PSA 5. There has to be some sort of damage for them to give this a 5, right? Like, why a random 5? Is that a typo? Like, was it... Please tell me, guys. Please tell me where you see the 5. Like, this is what I don't like about PSA. There's some inconsistency, and like, it's very, very... Like, when it's 1 or 2 grades up or down, I mean, 1 grade up or down, it's acceptable, I'd say. When it's 5 potential grades, like, I don't see it. But if somebody has a more astute eye than me, somebody let me know, because I don't see it. PSA 5, crazy. All right, let's go into these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Right Arm of the Forbidden One, this is part of the set, and you got a PSA 9. This one is a Neo Galaxy-ized Photon Dragon, PSA 6 as well, so probably just the ulti stamp, honestly. Like, yeah, it's very, very heavily stamped here, and it's unfortunate because that's factory. It's not damage even, it's just the way the card was printed. And I don't know, PSA sometimes takes this into account, sometimes it doesn't. I've had some pretty good graders, generally speaking, for alties, and this was not one of them, I guess. Another Ultimate Rare, Black Skull Dragon from Mythological Age. This one's for Brandon. And yeah, just unfortunate there that it got dinged potentially for the alti stamp. I have no idea what it got dinged for, but maybe just, no, it's pretty well centered too, so I don't know. But PSA 9, awesome card. Love the OCG Ultimate Rares from back in the day. And our last little stack of cards, guys. Thank you for watching this video, by the way. If you guys are up to this point, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Mew EX, PSA 9 from the Ultra Premium Collection for Ben, I believe. It's a metal card, so it's definitely heavier. We have another Greninja, and this one's probably also for Disco. Yeah, I would say so. And do we have another Greninja? No. Oh yeah, Shining Charizard, huge card. This is the card that got upcharged the most. It got upcharged to the $75 tier, so the regular tier. And I think it's like a $2,000 card, even in maybe a little less than that, but around $1,500, $2,000 in PSA 9, even though it's unlimited. So really cool to see this card, and shout out to Yugi Song for trusting me with this. I mean, I thought it would get a 9, honestly, because of some whitening that I did remember from before, so I don't think they damaged the card or anything like that. Lastly, a Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor, PSA 10, really cool foiling. It has that enchanted foiling, so cool to see this as well for Disco. Congrats on this. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me just show you guys the stack of 10s versus the stack of 9s. This is like almost like more than double the 9s, and then the rest of it probably makes up like this much more. So I think the gem rate overall was like I don't remember actually. Let me just be right back. Okay, yeah, so the overall gem rate, guys, was about 61%. So that's a pretty good sub in my books. I know a lot of it was modern Pokemon and modern One Piece and a couple of Dragon Ball cards, but really cool to see this successful submission overall. There's a few random cards like these ones I would say are really weird. These may be acceptable, and then these are probably acceptable as well. But yeah, overall, very good sub. Thank you guys for trusting me with your high-end and low-end and mid-tier cards. I appreciate all of you. And yeah, if you guys are interested in submitting with me in the future, definitely hit me up on Instagram at DLegend_Yu-Gi-Oh! And we'll get your cards safely to PSA and back. Yeah, catch y'all soon, and enjoy your days or nights or whatever time it is for you guys. Peace.